Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel. I am Anjali. The topic that I'll discuss today is combining two columns in Pandas. These are the ways that I'll explain now. Combine two columns in Pandas. The methods are using the plus operator, using str.cat function, using apply function with lambda, and we'll see how to merge multiple columns using join function. Let's start with the first method, that is using plus operator. Using the plus operator to combine two columns in pandas is a vectorized string concatenation technique used to join corresponding elements from two separate data frame columns, it is also called as series, into a new single column, which means using this plus operator we can combine two columns in pandas. This concatenation technique is used to join correspondence elements from two separate data frames. That means from the two different data frames, that is series, we can combine the corresponding elements and then we can make it into a single column. Not only from the single data frame we can combine the different columns, from the two different data frames also we can combine. Let's see an example. First I'll explain how to create data frame. First, we are importing pandas as PD, and here is the creation of simple data set. The name of the variable is data, and inside I'm passing a dictionary where these are keys: first name, last name, city, and state, and the values in the list. These are names, last name, city name, and states. This is the data set we have, and here we are creating data frame by using df variable and pd dot inside data frame function we are passing this data so that it will convert this data to data frame, and by printing original data frame we are printing this data frame which we created now. This is how the data frame looks. This part will be same for all the examples. Now we will see the code for first method, that is using plus operator. Here we are merging first name and last name with space in between. After creating data frame, here we are combining first name and last name. You can see here, this is the variable which contains the data frame of, this is the variable full name and df of first name plus this is the space that we want in between first name and last name. And then again by using the plus operator, we are adding the last name. In full name variable, we want first name, space and last name to be displayed. And while printing, we will print separately the first name, last name, and full name, which we have defined now. I'll run this code. You can see here the first name and the last name has been printed. This is the full name that we define now by using plus operator. And there is a space in between the first name and last name. This is how I used plus operator to combine two columns in one data frame. But as I said in the explanation, you can also combine the columns from two separate data frames also. Now we'll go to next method, that is using str.cat function. This function in pandas is used to concatenate or combine strings from one series with another series, index or list like object element wise. It is specially designed for handling text data and offers built-in parameters for separators and missing value handling, which means we can combine string from one series with another series. As I said, we can combine the columns between two different series or data frames here, or index or list like objects or element wise also. And this is specially designed for handling text data. More oftenly, it is used to combine the text data, and it also offers built-in parameters for separators and to handle the missing values. I'll show you the example. We'll change only this part because to the same data frame, we are using the different methods. Here we are merging city and state using str.cat function. Here I am defining location as a new variable and I am combining city. Here I am using .str.cat function where inside that I am passing state, and to separate I am using comma and a space. In the last example, after defining variable, we used plus operator. Here we are using cat function, and we are passing this parameter to separate the values by any symbol or space something. And then we are printing city, state, and the location which we define now. If I run this code, you can see here we have separated the city name and state by using a comma and a space. This is all about using str.cat function. Next, we'll see how to use apply function with lambda. In pandas, using the apply function with lambda expression allow you to combine the data from two or more columns, row by row. To achieve this, you must specify access is equals to 1 to ensure the function is applied to each row instead of each column. As I said, we can combine data from two or more columns, but row by row. But in this method, you need to use access is equals to 1 parameter to ensure that the function is applied to row, but not for the column. If you want to combine the rows, the access need to be 1. We'll see an example. Now here we are defining new variable called formal name, and then df.apply function we are using along with lambda. This is the name that we are giving, and we are using f string. Here I am telling row. Here also I am telling row, and we are also defining access is equals to 1. It means we need to combine the rows we are telling. You can see here if we write access is equals to 0, apply function to each columns. It will go column wise. Access is equals to 1 is nothing but it will go to rows. So we are defining here that we need to combine rows, and access is equals to 1. Both represent that we are combining rows. And if we print this formal name variable, we will get formal name combined with first name and last name. You can see here inside f string we have written first name, comma, a space, and the last name in the same format as printing. This is all about apply function. Now we'll see how to merge multiple columns using join function. In pandas, the term join can refer to two distinct operations: joining two separate data frames based on shared keys, or joining the text content of columns within the same data frame into a single new column. By using joining function, we can do two operations. We can join two separate data frames based on some shared keys, or we can also join the text content of those two columns within the same data frame. Now, what we will see in the example is this one, that is joining the text content of two columns within the same data frame into single new column. Now, I'm going to show this in example. We'll go to example. Columns to merge. In this variable, here we are passing first name, last name, and state. Okay, we'll see how this works. Then again, we are defining user bio inside df, and then to this columns to merge, into which I passed first name, last name, and state. For that, I'm using apply function lambda x and then a colon, and here I'm using join function of x values and access is equals to 1. Now all these names we are passing here through a variable, and then I'm using apply function. This lambda x we saw in the last example, this is the separator which I want. Inside joining function I'm telling to take values, and access is equals to 1 is nothing but we are telling to take row values, and then we are printing user bio. You can see here first name, this one, and separated with colon, last name, and then colon, and then state name. We joined here multiple columns by using join function. I hope you understood all the methods that I explained in this video. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.